This is an award-winning soup made with little ingredients, but I bet you that the soup tastes like a million bucks. Now, let me give a background story on how I, decided to make this soup. On this day, a message came that the men of the family were having the usual meeting that they do twice in a year. And this is the first one. And lo and behold, my husband was not around. And I needed to present a dish, to cover him. You will have to present a dish with or without your husband. Now, I didn't have enough money. I had this goat meat in the fridge. And I just went to the market with the little money I had, bought isam, bought mackerel fish. That's the only thing I bought. I came back home. I was thinking on what to do. I decided to buy Uziza leaf. Now, if your soup tastes the best, okay, the men will give you a certain amount of money. Depending on the caliber of men that came for this meeting, right? You could get 100, 200, or even more. So, and I needed money and I needed to win this money. So I took my time, brought out the goat's meat, washed properly to remove sand, introduce it into the pot, introduce my seasonings, pepper, enough pepper, and then I brought it to a boil. Like I said, it was just goat's meat, mackerel fish. That's the only thing I'm using for the soup. Now, after steaming the meat, I removed and set it aside, reintroduced the pot, introduce palm oil. Then I'm going to fry this thickener. The thickener I'm using for today is of 4. This is my best pattern of cooking or for soup. Now, what this will do is that it will reduce the fluffiness of the four, and then it will give it a smooth thickening. I don't know, if you just try it, you will love it. After stirring the offo into the oil for a while, then I introduce back the meat stock. Because I don't have enough ingredients to make the soup to the tune that I would have wanted, right? I'm going to use a slow method in cooking the soup. What a slow method would do is that I will reduce my fire and allow that water that I added into that soup to boil very, very well for up to 20 to 25 minutes before I introduce any other ingredient. And while the soup was boiling, I went on to, prepping the vegetable, which is the uziza leaf. I will cut it in this shape, right? And then recut to make sure that it is not, long. I don't know if you understand. Just to make it come out squarely, I will have to record this to get the shape that I want. I want to use this opportunity to welcome you to 426 Kitchen. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate your presence here. If this is the first time you're seeing this channel, kindly head over to the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel if what we do here interests you, and you will want to learn all kinds of Nigerian dishes, because that is what we represent here on this channel, right? Turn on your bell notification so you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Thank you for stopping by. And for my returning subscribers, thank you for stopping by again. Now I went back to the pot. All right, it has thickened, but not to my preferred thickness. I covered it again and allow it to cook. Like when you allow the soup to cook, it keeps, getting thicker by the minute. So I covered and allowed it to thicken up a little bit, and then I introduced the fish. I will introduce enough crayfish. Remember, I'm cooking the soup without stockfish or dry fish, so this crayfish will have to be much, for it to bring out the taste of the soup. I can't emphasize on crayfish enough. Give it enough crayfish, cover and allow this to simmer or cook for another 10 minutes. Then when I opened up, I tasted, I adjusted with a little bit of seasoning and salt, and I will stir properly to combine. As you can see, the fishes are still intact. Nothing broke them because I knew how I, silently removed all the bones in it. And because I'm presenting it out, I didn't want it to scatter. I wanted it to come out rich. So I introduce my periwinkle. I'll cover this and allow it to cook for another 2 minutes. I will always say that periwinkles are already cooked. So when you cook your periwinkle, just cook it for a little while. And I introduce the leaf, which is the Uziza leaf. Now I will stir properly to combine. I'm going to cover this and allow it to cook for another 2 minutes, and the soup will be ready. Let me know in the comment section the swallow you think will pair very well with the soup. After the men had the soup, right, I got 300,000 and I got an order to make the soup immediately for a takeaway. And the soup came out really delicious. Will you try the soup? It is very easy to make. Whenever you don't have money and you want something to make very fast, I would suggest you make the soup. Thank you for watching. Till I see you in my next video, do have a pleasant day. Bye-bye.